Okay, I am live, and this is Tori Chrisman, aka Tori Magoo 44 on YouTube. And tonight we are doing part 2 with Eric LeVay on living with autism. So I'm going to bring Eric on right now. Okay? All right, there you go. Let's see. Are you on? Add to the stage. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, except you said LeVay, it's Levitt.
Okay, Levitt.
Yeah, LeVay's the other one. The other one that's also here in California, but he's the other person. you know.
Okay. Levitt. I'll try to remember it. I'm bad with names. I tell you, I am. So forgive me. Hi, Lovett. Here's Lovett. She's on it. She said hi, Tori and Eric.
Hey,
Thank
Levitt.
you, on Lovett. And an AGT mom. Hi. Ooh, an unstoppable SP. All right, with a whole bunch of hearts. That's good. Thank you for coming on, you guys. Tonight is March 19th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So we're going to interview Eric on part 2 of Living with Autism. Hey, Tony, thank you for coming on. I'm happy to see you guys, and I'm happy for you, Eric. Thank you for coming on and sharing some of your life stories with us.
Yeah, it's no problem.
And what is our topic? It is part 2, stories about living with autism. We're interviewing part 2 with Eric, who is Eric LeVay. Did I say it
No,
right?
Levitt.
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 Okay, Levitt. All right, Eric Levitt. And we did part 2. Okay, my son has Asperger's. Okay, AGT mom. All right. So Eric is high functioning autism. And he told us, I don't know if you saw the first, I think you were on the first one where he talked about it. So now he's going to tell us some more. So where would you like to start, Eric?
Well, first, I would like to start off with where do I start on? Well, um, so um, so so where we left off on
Right.
was me living with my family, and dealing with autism and that um we thought about all the struggles I dealt with throughout my 38 years of life, you know um and and all the things that has been happening, over the years and stuff, since I was little,
Sure.
and
And
when I
you let me just cut in and remind anybody who missed the part 1, you found out about it when you were 5. Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to mention that.
yeah. um so um so um so so we're starting now is this is my teen years. We started when I was a kid and stuff. Now we're starting with my teen years.
Okay.
So so when I was like, 13 and up. So so when I was dealing with autism and stuff, you know, I was dealing with a lot of things, that I was in a lot of things, that I was dealing with, I was in therapy. I was dealing with, you know, you know, dealing with things with a psychiatrist. We did a one-on-one interview, like once a week and stuff. And then we and then and then me and this person, we talked about things that I've been dealing with. And also one thing I would like to bring up is when I was a teen, I had to take medication for my ADHD and my ADD and anxiety and stress and all that stuff.
Sure.
And it was really hard for me to take these meds, but we all have to take meds, for everything that we're dealing with. So, um, but yeah, but there was some pills that I didn't really like, so I had to take another different type of pill, a different name that the doctor or psychiatrist prescribed to me.
And
So,
did you feel like that you got help with the therapy? Did that help you?
well, I mean, with how the person taught with me and stuff, you know, they taught with me about what I deal with, and if I had any meltdowns, throughout my life and all that stuff, and I have,
Right.
um, and and the person was saying, that this pill that I will prescribe to you will help you out with your meltdowns and your anxiety, and and it will help you, be relieved for that type of you know uh type of trauma.
Right.
So, um yeah, they helped me. The person helped me a lot. Throughout the years. I don't see him anymore since he moved to a different office. That was far away. Um so um so I wasn't able to see him anymore. So we went to see another therapist, that was in the West LA area, not far from me in Palm Beach City in California. But so this person, this therapist, helped me through, with the meltdowns, and I had to tell him, why I was dealing with this, and they helped me out, and yeah, and that lasted a long time, being his therapist and stuff, and dealing with all the trauma that I've been dealing with, and yeah. So, and then we did, and then after we did that, we did family therapy. Our family,
Oh,
we had, I have my parents, I have my younger brother that lived with me at the time. He lives close to me, where I live with my parents, so he's not that far.
right.
But at the time, he lived in the house with me and my parents, so we all had to take, therapy, for family counseling and stuff. And since there was a lot of fighting that me and my brother had, or I did something that I did something bad, in the house, like if I was in timeout or something like that, or I was sent to my room, like most kids and teens are, that they do and stuff. So I so we had family therapy, and we did the counseling, and it helped. It helped, throughout my teen years.
Okay.
With my mom and my dad and my parents, and my brother. And it helped a lot do family therapy and stuff.
Sure.
So, um after that happened, after that happened, so the second therapist that we went to, he uh was 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 a good therapist, but he decided to move on to different a different job.
Right.
So that made us as a family be um without a therapist. We were trying to find a different one, and we tried to look everywhere on the internet and stuff, and and there was no one else that was in the area, not even in in the West LA area or in Culver City where I am.
Right.
There wasn't really anyone that was a therapist. There was we didn't have anyone that would help our family out. So we did our family therapy from home as a family. So we did
Right.
it, in the home. So we did that. We did had
That
like little bits of like we had like we sat in the living room and we talked things out and all that stuff.
that's good. That's good. That's really good. Now, someone had a question for you, Eric. First of all, I want to welcome Ocean Waves. That's what she said. Cricket Cinema and Sophie. They all jumped on while you were talking. So, and they said hello to both of us. So, hi to them.
Oh, hey
And
Sophie.
now let me see. The question was. Now it jumped away. Oh yeah, okay. AGT mom asked Eric, "Did your brother have some jealousy issues?"
Well, he's younger than me. He was younger than me. So I'm 38. He's 34. So I was born in 87. He was born in 90.
Right.
So with him, we always like to have our play fights. We like to play fight. It's not like physical fights. Like I want to hit him or any of that stuff. No, no. It's just like play fighting. Like we like to, you know, you know, me and my brother have a thing where he he said something while me and my brother share a room, and he says like things that are like funny. It's not like anything that's like that I want, that's like a physical fight or anything like
No,
that.
I
It's
get
not
it.
anything like that.
It's more fun. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
just playing. You're kind of playing, play fighting.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. So then what happened in your teenage years? I mean, what how was it difficult or was it relatively easy? Often for most people, teenage years are very difficult. Not everybody, but I know for me they were very difficult. So tell us about yours.
Well, for where to start. um well, school was a big thing. So I was in high school at the time, and I had friends that I've been friends with since elementary school. So I was friends with them throughout that, from elementary to middle school and then high school. So I'm still friends with these people. So 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 with being in special ed in high school, I was in it throughout elementary, middle school, and high school. So I was in special ed for all three of the school systems. Um, but 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 out of out of everything that happened in school, I mean, I mean, I have friends that had my back. So at least I had friends that were there to help me, and and all that, and I had my teachers that helped me out, and if anything happened with me, if anyone like bullied me or anything like that, or did anything to me or said hurtful names and stuff, then they would handle it. But that only happened in elementary school. It didn't happen in middle school and high school. Those two school times were fine. There was no bullying or any of that, so I was relieved from that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's good. That's good. And another person just came on, Bob Cox and Finji, which is Casey is Queen. All right. There you go. Those guys said hi to you also. And a girl. Hi, a girl. Hello to everyone. We both of us thank you for coming. Well, interesting. So it sounds like you did pretty good during your teenage years. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you know, without anything that happened, bullying and all that stuff, everything was fine. I was I was, as I said in the last interview, I was on the honor roll. As I said from before, and Tori
Right.
knows that I was on it 4 times. Um, you know, and you know I had some problems with grades. I wasn't very well in classes. But I wasn't like well, let me say a better way. So I had some like A's, B's, C's, and all that stuff. But there was one class I did, and I failed. But that was all right. That was like one class, anyways. It was a fail, but
Right.
that was that was fine, anyways. Um, but out of all the other classes, I had like A's and B's and C's. You
Good.
know, So I was in that you know grade range and stuff. Um.
And was this
So
a special school for autistic kids or were you in with just a regular public school?
it was a normal high school. So it's in Culver City. That's why it's the name Culver City, and it's Culver City High School where I went to school.
Ah,
Um, so it was a public school, but they have a area for a room, a classroom for people with special ed and stuff. So that's where my classes were. I mean, I had electives, with normal kids,
right.
but there were some classes that were with students that had special needs like I did, but there were some that were normal kids and stuff, and they understood what I was dealing with and all that. So um but yeah, so they know what I was dealing with, at the time. And and you know um you know so so but yeah, so it's been it's been a long time since I the last time I visited the high school was only at like football games. So they had like football games every Friday, during the football season.
Sure.
And and they and they they had they had bleachers where you'd be able to sit and watch the game, and see the players, not to meet them or anything like that, but to see them play and perform and stuff. And if they win, they win. They lose, they lose. And the school band was playing. We had a school band that plays music and stuff. And the funny thing is our high school, uh 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 well, it's funny. Our alma mater is the theme it's the theme for UCLA. The theme song for UCLA.
Yeah.
When you hear the band play the
Yeah.
UCLA theme, UCLA fight, fight, fight. Well, well, our school, we did CCHS fight, fight, fight every time we did it in at the football games.
That sounds
All
fun.
the yeah, yeah, and the the audience, me and others and everyone, they chimed in, C H S, and then that's when they all started that chant, and then it was the same theme as UCLA. I'm like, when I heard it at a UCLA basketball game, I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds like my high school alma mater theme song, so I'm like, you know, I'm like, you know, uh, um, so yeah, um, you know, you know, it was a fun time in high school. It was a fun
Very.
time,
That's good.
And
That's
another thing. So, I was in ASB, Associate Student Body. I don't know if you know that term. It's a class where you do like the homecoming games, or you do the homecoming dance, or you do, any of that type of stuff. You know, and you do like little classes and stuff with that. So I was in that for at least 2 years, and and well, after the 2 years, from before I graduated in 2005, and in 2004 when I started being in ASB,
right.
I we did a lot of planning, we did a lot of teamwork and stuff with a lot of classmates, and we did things for the football games and stuff, you know, and sold like not memorabilia, but like things you buy from like the student store. Like you could buy a T-shirt, or you could buy a hat, or you could buy a hoodie,
Right.
or like any of those things.
Yeah.
So that's what ASB did. We sold all these things for whatever the price was. It was like 10, 15, 20, $30, whatever, whatever the price is. So we did all that, and 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 you know, we 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 sold a lot of things. We did sell a lot of items. Um Um, Another thing, in June, it will be 20 years since I graduated high school. So it'll be
Really?
my 20th anniversary.
Yeah, that's always amazing. That's always amazing. Time rolls on. All right, so now you have a couple questions, Eric. Let me ask them before you go on. Um, and I want to welcome Larry L. He arrived while you were talking. Miss Chicago Jane, she has a question, and Kim White. So hello to everyone and those guys too. So they're all saying hi to you and everyone else. Now that's what she said has a question. Did you and your classes? No, did any of your classes um, come easy for you?
Well, 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 I had my teachers and my teachers' aides help me out along the way,
Okay.
in special ed. So if I did, like, if we had like a math problem. I have trouble with math. I'm bad at math.
Me too.
Uh,
Me too.
you know, um, so if I did, like, adding, then that would be easy. But if it's like multiply and divide, that will be hard for me to do, since you
Right.
have to multiply and divide this number, or add a number above that. So,
Right.
but yeah, I had a lot of help in my classes. The teachers helped me, and the teachers' aides helped me a lot, and I didn't really have have no problems with dealing
Well,
with my struggles and all that. So it was good from from that time. So
That's
so
great,
yeah.
Eric.
So,
I mean, that's really good to hear because I'm really happy for you because it sounds like you had really good support and great parents, and all of that really helps. It really does in a lifetime. It really makes a difference. Now, Miss Chicago Jane also said, "Good evening, Tori and Eric. I was just watching part one of Eric, our interview together, and you are an amazing man. My grandson, this is Miss Chicago Jane, her grandson is 4 years old and he's autistic and he can speak three languages. He amazes me. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. I mean, I know because I studied underneath a doctor who worked with all kinds of people with different kinds of things. And he said that the younger they are, if you teach them language and math and all kinds of things, the easier they can learn it. That's the best time to teach. Um, Here's another question from the Scientology Experience. Welcome. Question: how can others support autistic people in prioritizing their well being? Over to you, Eric.
well, 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 well. Here's the thing. So, there's a lot of support things, on the internet and in person these days. If it's on social media or if it's in person. But the best way to support autism and support people that have it would be, uh if you guys have heard, well, I know people hate it and people love it, but there's this organization, the name of it is Autism Speaks, and there's a lot of people that hate it and a lot of people love it. So that will be a way to donate to these types of organizations that involve autism.
Yeah,
um and and I mean, you know there's these other organizations that you know you know support, you know autism and families, and and that deal with it,
sure.
um and yeah. So yeah, I think donating to any autism organizations is the perfect place to start. To send money, so that way it will go towards, like if it goes to families that are struggling, like if it's with food or if it's with money, or 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 they need things for like housing and stuff. You know that is like the big help from a lot of supporters that will uh deal with autism. So yeah, so if you guys want to donate, the Autism Speaks or any autism organization in your area, that's the best way to start. You know,
That's good. That's good. And can I add something, Eric? Because
yeah,
the Scientology Experience says the question was, how can others support autistic people in prioritizing their well being? And I can just say, I know in general, one thing for everyone that we can all do, and it's very simple, but it's not done as enough, is kindness. Just kindness and understanding, just being there for another person. It really makes a difference. And that's all I want to say on that. But I don't you think that helps?
yeah. I mean, it will help a lot of people, that have autism, and it will help with them a lot.
Yeah,
Even if they're kids or adults, or either one, or both, it will help with them a lot. So
And someone asked if your family, well, thank you for telling me that because I do think it helps a lot. I do. I've been around people who are really kind and it really makes a difference. It really does. And I've been around people that aren't and they make kind of snide remarks and stuff like that. And that doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't. Um, AGT Mom says, Eric, you may have said it in the first part, but was your family in Scientology? I don't think they were, right? No.
well, my mom, um, well, back in the 70s. This is back in the disco era, in the 70s. Um, my mom has been receiving um mail from Scientology. Like pamphlets and phone calls and all that stuff.
But she
That
was never
want her to
in,
join and stuff.
but she wasn't in Scientology, right?
No,
Okay. That's all that I just wanted to make sure of that and make sure she doesn't join it. And if she's thinking of it, have her call me because
yeah,
it's a giant scam, as you know. And I'm sure they're sending her things because you're online and you're an interesting person. Everyone's enjoyed your interviews. They're very good. You're very articulate. And thank you for sharing your life with us. It really makes a difference. Are you going? Marcia Smith asked, "Are you going to your 20-year reunion?" That would be high,
well,
right? No,
yeah, yeah, it's high school. Well, since I have really bad lower back pain and leg pain, and I haven't been able to move, I have struggled with able to walk, since I have low muscle tone in my legs and stuff, and I haven't had mobility since we've been in the pandemic since 2020.
right,
And at that time it was really hard for me to move around, like walk around the house, while we were in lockdown. So I was having a hard time to walk, from room to room. Like if I went to the kitchen to find some food, or I went to the bathroom, or I went in my bedroom. It was hard for me to you know walk, at a normal speed, and walk to different rooms of the house. But to answer the question, if I'm going to my high school reunion, probably not. They're planning something. They're planning some things, but they might do a Zoom call, a video chat, like a Zoom video chat. So I
right.
might be able to do that,
That's
and
a good
just stay from
idea.
home and talk with the people online
That's a
that I went to
really
school
good
with.
idea, Eric. That would work really well. And you should mention it to them because there's probably a bunch of people that either can't go or aren't going. But if you did if they did kind of different interviews throughout the day, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. It's a really good idea. So Miss Chicago Jane mentions about her grandson loves numbers and he can add in his head in the thousands. I always tell him he is smarter than me. I love being a grandma. That's nice. That's really nice. And then Lori says, my grandson turns 6 tomorrow and he has autism. So there you
Yeah,
go.
well, happy birthday, your grandson.
Yeah, happy
Um,
birthday to your grandson. Tell him we all send him happy birthday, a whole bunch of people that he doesn't even know. So that's good. Now, thank you, Miss Jane. I'm excited to see him tomorrow. Yeah. And Connie B says, howdy, Tori and chat. That includes you, Eric. Um, let's see. She's busy hanging with my husband. Okay, I'll catch up on live. Okay, that's good. That's always good. And here's a question from Cricket Cinema. Um, are sensory issues where certain sounds and visual effects cause problems ever related to autism?
Well, here's the thing. So with how my autism was when I was in my you know in my when I still have it till this day, but um is SPD, and that is sensory processing disorder. But when that started was back when I was a teen, so I was like maybe like 12 or 13 when it started. It didn't start when I was a kid. It didn't start until I was a teen. So, but I do have problems with sounds and crowds and noise, and that's why I have noise canceling headphones to
Oh,
block out the
good.
sound. If I'm at a theme park or I'm at a mall or I'm out in my town.
That's
You
smart.
know, I have my headphones if I need it. So
Yeah,
so uh so yeah.
that's a very good idea. And Danny, aka Daniel, says, "Hey, beautiful people." So hi,
Hey,
Danny.
Danny. Mm. Danny and Leah are the best. They just got married, and I'm happy for them, and yeah, they're amazing together.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, and Lori says, "Thank you for sharing with us, Eric." I agree. Everyone appreciates it. Um, so there we go. So tell us a little bit more. So now you're in the farther end of your teens, and what happens there?
Well, at the end of my teen years, I was still in high school until I was 22. So after I graduated high school, I extended my stay in high school to finish my education.
Right.
I didn't graduate. I didn't go to college or graduate college or any of that stuff. So
I
I
know, but
stayed
it
in
was
high
smart.
school for an extended amount of time. Until
Yeah,
I was 22. Um, you know, so um, so so from 18 all up until 22, and that's all already in my adult years. You know, you know, it was not that hard. To be out of school. And be in classes. All day and stuff. I have friends that I hang out with. If I wanted to meet up with them, like if we wanted to go to like if we wanted to go somewhere, like if we wanted to go to the park, to like relax or something, or we go to the mall or to a store, that I love. I have many stores that I love, but yeah, after high school we did all that. My friends, we hang out together, and if they're busy, on the weekend, they they're either you know you know you know being with their family and stuff, or they're dealing with things that they're dealing with. They
sure,
all my friends that I went to high school with are disabled. They have disabilities and stuff. You
sure.
know, so um you know you know so you know, so yeah, if they were busy on one weekend, I tell them, let's plan something next weekend. If we want to go to a movie, or go to the park. We'll hang out at the park. And maybe play. The thing we did is uh is play um not basketball or softball or any of that stuff. I was bad at those. Um But we did play like frisbee, like frisbee. You throw the frisbee,
Sure.
so we did that sometimes.
Yeah.
So we did that. You know. But 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 yeah, my adult life. After I was out of high school. I was still with doing things with friends. I was also still, what I brought up from the last interview we did is I was in Special Olympics at the time,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
did those outings and stuff. So we did those on like Thursday nights, yeah, Thursday nights, and we also did some outings on the weekends.
Sure.
So we did the different things, with doing that, and all that. So I did that. Now, now, now here's the other thing that happened. So my girlfriend at the time, oh, my ex nowadays, I met her through Special Olympics, but
Hmm.
but but the thing is, he went to the same elementary school as I did.
Oh, that's good.
But we didn't meet. We didn't meet at that time. We didn't have the same classes.
Right. I hear you.
So we didn't meet when we were kids or any of that. That was like way later when we were in our adult years. So 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 I was with my girlfriend for 7.5 years. We're not together
Wow.
anymore. She did some horrible things. She cheated on me with another man, and broke up with me, and was like, I'm being with this person, and I had to break up with you. I'm sorry. And she went on her way.
Yeah.
But
Well,
after that happened,
you're
so
lucky that she went on her way.
yeah. But here's what happened after that. So the next day, after she broke up with me, she called me up and was like, I'm sorry I broke up with you. I want to be back together with you and all that stuff. And I said, no thanks. I'm not
Good.
being with no, I'm not being with someone that breaks up with me and cheats on me with another man. So I'm like, you know, you know, I'm not being with you anymore, and
Good.
I'm being single. So I said bye, and that was it.
Good for you. Good for you, Eric. I mean, that's exactly what I would have done. It's totally the right thing to do. And antics of a mama squirrel arrived and said to say hello to everyone, including you, Eric. And Marcia Smith has a question. Eric, are you able to mentor or support any younger autistic children? That's a good.
Well, here's the thing. So I have a lot of friends on Facebook that I've been friends with for a lot of years,
Sure.
and I've talked with the parents that have kids with it, and and I never met their kids, but I would love to meet them. On like video chat and like face to face, and maybe the mom or the dad, their mom or dad wants to join in on the call and stuff. But yeah, I would love to help kids with autism out, and mentor them and tell them that it's not that easy having autism. It takes a lot of years to have your struggles,
Right.
and if you're nonverbal and you're not able to talk, it takes a lot of years for them to learn how to say a few words. But
Right.
if they're verbal like I am able to help them understand and help them through all the struggles. If their parents are right with me to help them out. With
That would be so great, Eric. Really great. That's a good question, Marcia, and thank you, Eric. That I think that's a really good idea. How you would do it, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe you could start a is there a Facebook site for autism?
No, I mean there's Facebook groups. for families with it, and they have kids with it. But nowadays, there's a lot of Facebook groups that are, what I'm the all the ones that I'm in, is there's a lot of ones that have a lot of scammers and people that want to, do something horrible to people,
Yeah.
and post things, and I'm like, I don't want to put on
No.
I don't want to put on these horrible links to this site. It might log me out, or I might be hacked from this person. So I'm
Yeah.
like, so I have to be careful with
Very.
what groups are safe for anyone that wants to be a part of these groups. So, um, so for anyone that has autism, kids or adults that's in the chat, be aware of these Facebook groups. If you see something that's weird, what I do is I just block and report. That's all I'm able to do.
Right.
So, but if there's families that you want to talk with, if they post something like their kid is having a problem, and they want to ask your advice, that's the best way to, say, oh, my son, my son has, you know that deals with this type of thing, or my daughter uh deals with this type of thing. You know, all the people that are in this chat, you know, there's a lot of Facebook groups that have people that would want advice, or you might want, or you all might have your own advice that you want to tell other people. So that's another way to bring your responses to the groups and stuff. So if you have any questions to them, you know, then they'll be able to respond. But they might not respond right away. It might take them maybe an hour. It might take them maybe a day, for them to respond. But you'll know when you find a response, that you'll know that that you're aware of who you want to be friends with.
Right.
So
Well, that's good. Now I'm trying to ask someone something. Hang on, Eric, a minute. Darn it. Okay. All right. Here we go. And there's a question mark. Okay. Now I'm at. This person had a question for you, but I have a question for them first. So let me have them answer. The question for you, maybe you can answer it. It's from AGT Mom, and she said, "What advice would you give to NT people about communicating with people?" And I don't know what NT is.
well, well, the meaning of that would be something that's related to autism. It might be something that 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 this word, or this definition, would mean for a person with autism that has this type of thing.
Okay,
And it
she reworded it. She said, "What advice would you give to neurotypical people about communicating with autistic people?" Neuroatypical.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the definition of that word, but what that means is you're like, what I've heard is like your neurotypical typical mind is like, like, if you say something that's, spicy, or there's like words that are spicy, or or there's some words that some words that people don't like. Like for instance, I hate the R word, and that's one of the big words that really bother me.
Right.
And I hate the R word, and it hits me with every breath of my being. It really puts me in a mind where why did this person say that word, or like, why would you say that word? That's not a nice thing to say. you know but so I let people know that there's another definition, that you know that you know you know that is another word. And I found this out on the internet. It's people with developmental disabilities.
Right.
So 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 um you know no, ADT mom said neurotypical means things in a typical manner. Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, I think I'm that in some sort of way. Neurotypical. Um, but I don't know when all that started. I think that started when I was in my adult years. I don't think there was a definition of neurotypical back in back when I was diagnosed with autism.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Remember, you said that in your first interview that they really didn't have a term for autism when he was younger. It was just called a condition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but now now we could look at what advice would you give neurotypical people about communicating with autistic people? So, can you give us this is for me because I still don't quite understand neurotypical. What what can you this is for AGT mom. What other word could you use? That's kind of a long word that I don't understand and I can't look it up right now. So, what's another word you could use for that?
Well, I don't know anything besides autism or any of that. But like, there's Asperger's, there's there's um there's you know disabled. There's, like what I said, people with developmental disabilities. There's neurodivergent. There's that type of word. That's another part of autism and Asperger's and all that. You know, so that with all of how that is, it for the to communicate with these other people, if they're kids or an adult or whatever, you know, um, they might not understand what the word means. So if it's a kid or an adult or a teen, they might not understand what
Right.
the word is.
Right.
So the parent of that kid, you know would have to have the parent or family member to find out you know what it what how to communicate with being a neurodivergent person, being you know a neurotypical person, so um but with having um with having this type of word, um we have to educate you know kids and adults with autism, and tell them, this is what this word means, and tell them what it defines, so
Right.
they would understand. I
Right.
mean, if they're not verbal, they might not understand. They make noises and stuff. I've had friends in school with that type of disability. Nonverbal autism and stuff. And all they did was make noise and all that stuff. Like that type of loud you know moaning type noise. you know um that's how nonverbal people, talk and stuff. They have their way of understanding. But for people that aren't verbal and stuff like me, you know, they'll have to understand a little bit more what different words mean. You
Right.
know, you know. So, um, you know, so but 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 for if I wanted to communicate someone that's neurotypical or any of that, I have to have a way that my brain is like theirs. My brain is the same way as theirs. My brain is like different. Like their brain is different. They have a different way of what they say and stuff. You know,
Okay.
so but yeah.
I gotcha. Okay, now AGT mom says, for example, my son struggles with small talk because he thinks deeply about most topics. He needs help outside his outside his areas of interest.
Well,
Uh, uh,
well,
Um,
well, well, well. Let me ask ADT mom something. So, what is your son's interest of 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 being neurotypical? What are like his interests? Like, what does he like? What does he dislike? What are the things that he doesn't really understand? Like, what are some things that other autistic people like me, for instance, would be the same way. Like for instance, I hate certain words. I hate certain songs, or I hate you know you know there's there's uh there's movies I don't like. There's TV shows I don't like. There's foods I don't like. There's foods I love. Then there's things I do love. You know, so like, what things are your does your son like or don't like? That is it's his interest. Like, give an example.
she says politics, history, religion.
Well, here's my beliefs for these three topics. So for me, I don't like politics. I don't like to talk about it. So that's one thing that I don't really enjoy. That really is something that really puts me on edge, and it makes me a little upset.
Understood.
History,
So,
history. I took history in high school,
right,
and is when you learn a lot of things that is from history. There's some topics that maybe your son might not be interested in, and there might be some things that might be interested in what he loves. And and like for instance, if there was something in history, like let's say like a building that was being made, like let's say the Empire State Building, for instance. you know that's part of history of it being a modern building that has been around for a long time.
right.
And you know so there's things in history that your son might love, and there's some things that he might not love. um for religion, now for this part, I don't really, for me, I don't really like to put my religion out in the world. It's
Yeah,
sort of a personal thing that I don't really share with others. So it doesn't matter what we believe in, but but there's things that I don't want to talk about. That's part of religion. So
right.
you know, you know, So there's things that there's topics that is religion, and there's topics where that will be hard to understand for a lot of people. And you know but yeah, so yeah, those three things. I mean I don't really care for those things, but for history, there might be some things I might be interested in, but you know but for like, for the other things, politics and religion, no, I don't really talk about that type of stuff. That's what I feel.
No, I hear you. I just so you know, AGT mom, I have the same thing. I am not good at small talk. My husband was great at it. He was like Mr. Trivia and knew all kinds of stuff, and he was great at it. But I'm more like your grandson, and I'm often like one thing that you can teach him is that you don't always have to talk. Do you know what I mean? You can listen. And listening is a great skill. It really is. It's a big skill. It's a skill that a lot of people don't have because they feel like they need to keep talking. But you'd be surprised if he just works on listening and taking in, a lot of people have a lot of things to say. So then it'll be okay. That's the way I am. I'm just like, if I go to a party, you'll see me. I'm in the corner listening to somebody. That's generally how I am. I'm not like zooming around talking to people and stuff like that because I'm not good at small talk either. I'm not. And those topics, like Eric said, a lot of them people don't want to get into because it's heavy and often people disagree and it's too much for small talk, for that kind of thing. That's just my advice is that, he's probably a lot better off than he thinks or you think. You know what I mean? In that, you know, if he can listen, he that's a big skill in itself. Anyway, does that make sense?
Yeah, but here's the thing. So with the small topic, um, I'm the other way, than Tori is. I love to talk with people. I like to get to know them. If it's in person or online or on social media, or if I want to text them or
No,
talk to
I
them
love
or
to
stuff
talk
like
to
that.
people too. I'm the same. I love to talk to people, but I don't know a lot of small talky things to talk about. So I understand what she's saying.
Yeah,
That's all. I can talk to people, but that's what I'm saying. Most people don't want to talk about small talk kind of stuff. They have their own stuff that they want to talk about.
yeah.
Now, let me just check and catch up on this. Let's see. He's quiet most of the time. Okay. And then Lori says, my autistic grandson hates loud noises and loves trains. Interesting, because trains are kind of loud. That's interesting. And Sharon the angelic, hi, says, AGT mom, my son hyperventilates on sports. Okay.
Hyperfixiates.
Oh, hyperfixiates. Thank you. And then AGT mom says, yes, Sharon, I understand. Okay. What does that mean? Hyperfixiates? Like he watches it a lot, sports?
Sharon will have to respond to that question. I don't even know what that means.
Well, what does that mean, Sharon? Can you tell us? Let's see. All right. And let me see. While she's thinking it, Miss Chicago Jane says, um, once I'm so, once I'm more of a listener, I sit back and just enjoy the chat, watch people. Yeah, me too. I love to watch people. I like to talk, but I like to also watch people. I used to love to go to Disneyland and just watch people and, all the antics that go on. It's amazing. But there are special interests. Okay. That's what he does. All right. Sharon says he's obsessed and talks about nothing else. Okay. So just sports. Yeah. I know some people like that. AGT mom, I went to a school conference one time, and when Philip spoke, the teacher said it was the first time she'd heard his voice. Ah, yeah, I see what you're saying. So he needs a little bit of help on that. One thing you can do is write a book for him. And I don't mean like a whole book, but, just like some specific, like, just kind of like drills that you can do with him where you pretend you're at a party and, okay, someone asks you, how are you? What would you say? And it's kind of like I did that for a while with my son when he was little because he was very quiet. And so I made these drills on him because he would walk up to someone and go, hello. And so I made these drills with him where he'd go, hello, and nice to meet you. And it took him a while, but he got it. He really got it. And it was really a change. It was a big change. But I did, different drills with him where he did it or he did it the other way and back and forth until he finally got it. It's an idea. You don't have to be an author to write. Can only think about sports. Okay, Sharon the Angelic says it is a way to fit in and prevent becoming overwhelmed in social situations. Yeah, sort of. I think you're right, but it can be overwhelming thinking you have to be thinking of things. And if you're not good at that, listen. Listen to the people. You can always ask them questions. That's a good thing. Okay. Rock says autistic people speak in detail and depth about their special interests. Okay, good. And AGT Mom says that's a great idea, Tori. Yeah, it really helped my son a lot. It was kind of a fun thing for both of us because, also someone would give him something and he would go like this, oh, and then he'd get out in the car and he'd go, oh, so and so gave me this thing. That was so nice of him. And I'd say, okay. So that was one of the drills. Like someone gives you something, look down at the floor and just go, okay. And then someone gives you something and you go, thank you. You look in their eyes and say, thank you. And it took him a long time to get it. But once he got it, I'll never forget my friend Phyllis. He looked, she gave him something and he went, thank you, Phyllis. And she went, oh my God, she gave him this big hug. It was just like it meant so much to her that, he acknowledged it. So it's kind of a neat thing. It's kind of fun. And I just use little stick figures in the book. I just put a bunch of papers together and stapled them and then made a little book about it. And we do these little drills. So it's an idea. It's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Um. So another thing. So I met this friend on Instagram, and this was like maybe a few weeks ago. And her daughter, and this is the mom of a 10-year-old daughter that deals with anxiety. And
The
her
daughter does
daughter,
or the mom does?
huh?
The daughter deals with anxiety or the mom?
The daughter does.
Oh, wow.
And her daughter wrote a book about anxiety, a kid's book,
There you
and
go.
it's on Amazon. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's on Amazon, and her daughter's name is Hope. Like
Oh,
hope, hope. Like the word hope. Hope everything's fine.
yeah,
That's her name is Hope. But I don't know what the title of the book is. But if you look on Amazon and look up anxiety books for kids, it might help a lot of people that
right.
deal with anxiety or deal with autism or any of that stuff, and it might help with you know kids and adults that deal with anxiety and stuff. So but yeah, I just met her mom a few weeks ago. I didn't meet the daughter yet. Um, but yeah. So, um, but um, but yeah. If you guys look up anxiety books for autism or kids books, kids books with anxiety, you'll see there's a lot of like books for kids that deal with the same things that we deal with.
Wow.
You
Have you
know.
thought about writing a book? I think you'd be good at it, Eric. I really do.
Well, for the writing thing, what I said on my first interview, I'm really bad at handwriting. I'm really bad at writing on my right hand. So when I write, if I write, in not in cursive, but if I write in like my normal writing, it's like I'm writing in scribble. Like I'm writing words in scribble. Like it's hard for people to understand and read. But but I'm able to like maybe have you know other ideas, maybe not a book, but maybe something like an audio book. Maybe I
Right.
might do that. Maybe an audio type book, that's on like Audible or any of that. So that might be something I might look at.
You should really
But
think about it, Eric. You should. And here's the other good news. My brother, I have two older brothers, and one of them has traveled around the world his whole life. So he has an amazing stories. And I've always told him, you should write a book, you should write a book. And he's like, yeah, yeah. He's like me, it's like you should write a book. Okay, but I'm not a writer. He's a speaker, he's a DJ, he's that kind of thing. He's into music. So now he found, you know what Chat GBT is?
yeah, I have the app.
I know, but now they have a thing where he's writing a book. They're writing it for him. All he has to do is speak into the microphone and they're writing the book. And he said it's amazing. They're really good at it and it's like a novel that they're making it into a novel. I don't know if you want to do a novel or not, but either way, it's an idea. It is.
Yeah, novels would be a lot of pages. But I like to do like what like like maybe I might do like a kids book, maybe like for kids, like that's like maybe like 10 or 15 pages,
Right.
but it would be like you know you know you know you know I might do it for like you know for like the audio books. I might do it that way. I know how to do like narrating and stuff. Like I narrate with my voice.
Yeah,
Like yeah, I know how to like tell my stories, and I tell it through audio. Like
good.
I might do it that way. But
That's
like writing
good.
a book, that will be like super hard for me. But with my voice, that will be easy. That's easy to
Yeah,
do.
right, right. Well, good. I think you should because you're very smart and you've got really good stories and you could help a lot of kids. I really think you could. And people, just people in general. And Miss Chicago Jane is going to bed, but and thank Eric for a good chat and she's going to catch up on the rest later. So good night to Miss Chicago Jane. That's where I grew up, right, Eric? In
Yeah,
Chicago.
you said Park Ridge, right?
Yep, that's right. See, you remember things. You're amazing. You really are. Could you type the book? No, he that well, that's a question. AGT mom said, "Could you type the book?"
Well. Since I have two laptops, they're both Lenovo's. The one I have in my room right now is almost 11 years old, and the keyboard has been through a lot over the past 10.5 years,
Yeah.
and and it's so after like after I had it for this long, the keys on the letters are stuck together, and when I type something, it starts bringing out like the one letters, like it starts to like move on its own, like it
Oh,
does. But I have another laptop that I have that's newer, so I might start using that. But typing out like words on like like Microsoft Word or any of that stuff, I can't do that. I did that when I was in school, when I was in high school, and I had to write like a paper,
Right.
that I was doing in class and stuff. And this was in a computer class, and and it was web design,
Right.
and and they had me do like a paragraph of what the teacher was telling us to write about, and I did the best I was able to do, but writing it out and how my fingers would be and stuff, it puts a lot of tension on my bones on my fingers, and it makes them so tight and like hard for me to like move
Sure.
after I type, a lot and stuff. So I think audio, with my voice will be better for books. I think
I
that would
do
be
too.
better for me anyways.
I do too. I do too. And that's what she said. Said Eric, I think you have great communication skills, and I do too. You really did.
Yeah, yeah. I have I have thought about now 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 I've had this thought, that I brought up a long time ago, since, well, there's a idea that I had going through my mind, and it's it's a restaurant where they have burgers and fries, and like something like like a restaurant or a diner would have.
Right.
And I had an idea where they have burgers and fries and other stuff, and it's for people with disabilities, special needs and stuff,
Sure.
for adults and kids. And the name of the place I had thought of, since I love burgers and I love fries and stuff, is is uh is Burgerphilia.
Mm, good. I like that.
Yeah, so it's like you know where if there's things that if a kid or adult that has autism or any type of disability or special needs or any of that, and if
Mm,
there's things that they don't like on like the burger, or 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 they like their burgers a different way. I mean, for me, I like my burgers with ketchup and lettuce and the meat really well done and burned. And for the fries, I love it crispy and without salt. That's what I love.
me
For
too.
others, they might love it with everything on it. So
Right.
they might love with burgers with cheese and the lettuce and the tomato and the onions and all that stuff. You know, so so that's an idea I've had for like a long time. I've had it in my mind for like since the pandemic. So it's been like six, no, not six. It's been like five years almost. That I've had this idea. So I might look into that, but I have to find a location that is in Culver City in my area, or somewhere near where I am, that has a vacant place that is hasn't been that has been used already, another business or some sort, and
Right.
put my restaurant or little tiny restaurant in that area. So that might be something to think about, you know you know in my life and stuff. So I'll have to figure that out, but I have to find the perfect place to put it. So so I have it open for everyone, and all that stuff. You know.
Sounds delicious to me. But I love burgers, so that sounds good. All right. So, does anyone have any other questions for Eric? This has been a good chat, Eric.
Yeah, Rox has something. Spoken like someone with autism. I mean that in the best possible way. Yeah, yeah. Um, um. um, yeah, yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people that you know that you know with how they speak and stuff. You know, you know, you know, there's a lot of things that you know, you know, that adults and kids, have to deal with. It's where you know, it's what they want to talk about and what their interest would be. Like for instance, you know, what is it? What is it? The person that said that her grandson loves cars, not cars, trains. I'm the other way. I love cars. So I
Yeah.
love like I love real regular cars and all that stuff. And I um saw on the last interview that we did, and Jersey Jan, I saw in the replies and stuff, saying if I would be able to drive a Tesla, since there's a way that for people with disabilities and stuff to drive around in, and I did some research on that. And the only way I'm able to do that is if I have a valid driver's license, and I don't have one. So I have to
Right.
have to you know I have to take the written test and possibly the driving test, you know, and do all of that, and if I pass or I fail or whatever, then I won't be able to drive it. But
Unless they have the self-driving, would that work for you, or do you still have to have a license?
you still have to have a license for the whole car, like
Okay.
you know, even if it's like a normal car or you know you know you know you know um if it's a regular car that has that's similar features, with like self-driving or autopilot or whatever, you
Yeah.
know you know you know you still have to have a license for it and all that. So that might take a while for me to you know do all the things I need to do to do the things at the DMV. And if I pass, then we'll see if I'm able to drive the Tesla or whatever, or let it drive itself.
Yeah.
But if I fail, then I always will try once more.
There
When
you
that
go.
time is.
Try and
So
try again. All right, now here's something. This is a different topic, but Jared Neal, welcome, Jared, um, came on and he said, "Here's a great barber called Vernon Jackson. He cuts hair for special needs kids. He has a live stream and it's called The Gifted Event Official." And he said it's a great site to watch. The
I
Gifted,
have to look into that. Is it on YouTube, Jared? We all would love to know if it's on YouTube or
yeah,
on
is it on
Facebook or
YouTube?
Instagram or any of that stuff.
Yeah, where
So
is
let
it?
us know.
Jared? He'll tell us. Jared. He'll tell us in a minute. It takes a little time for the communications to get around, but oh, here it's on YouTube. Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So so
It's,
so I'll subscribe to that person, and when they're on that live next, I'll look them up and 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 I'll participate.
yeah. And it's the
But
Gifted Event Official. the gifted event official. Interesting. And he cuts hair for special needs. And then Lovett said, what did Lovett say? Autism has many presentations, especially it's combined with. I lost you. When it's combined with. Wait, where's Lovett? Where'd she go? She zipped away. All right, wait. All right, here it is. When it's combined with other issues. Okay. This site is very informative and it's called embraceautism.com. Do you ever use that?
I never heard of it.
Okay, well, she said it's very informative.
If Love is able to send me the link for that I have her number, so if she's able to send me the link,
Okay,
for that, she's willing to do that.
sure.
Mm.
Embraceautism.com. That's good. Autism.com. All right. There's that. And then Rock said, so I'm learning. I'm 62 years old and I think I have ADHD. Trying to get assessed, it makes so much more sense than any of the diagnoses I've had over the years. Cool. And who is diagnosing you? I mean, are you going to a doctor that's a specialist in special needs or autism or ADHD or just a regular doctor?
Yeah, that's what I would love to know. Mm.
Yeah. And then Lovett says, what was known about autism in the past was solely from studies of Caucasian men. So much more is becoming known now. And then she also mentioned to Rox, you can take the tests on the site. Ooh, that's neat. That's really cool. On the embraceautism.com, right? You can take the test. I think I will too. Now, let's see. Okay, she said that. Thank you, Eric. You're inspiring, said AGT Mom.
Yeah, well, it's my pleasure to bring this all to the table with everyone. Um, I'm happy to bring everything up that I brought up from the first live and on this live. So I'm happy you all are loving it.
Cool. Now, this is another one Lovett came up with that maybe you could send those to Eric because this channel has great info about female phenotypes of autism. So, and she's got it's a whole long site. And then she said to Rox, check this out. And it's another YouTube thing. And Rox said, through my healthcare group, all right, specialist, psychotherapist, perfect. Okay, good, because they'll know. And they'll know what tests to do. And Jared says, Eric is a great presenter. He's well spoken. I know. I feel really lucky to know him. I really do.
Yeah. That's what she said. Had a question. It's about that I mentioned my leg muscles were weak, and she wanted to know if that was related to my autism or some other reason. Well, since we were in this pandemic that we were in, I started losing low muscle tone in both my legs. I was able to move somewhat, but as the years went by, as of last year, so from 2020 all the way up until 2024, my legs started to be more weak and all that. So I went to the doctor last year, and they wanted me to be in physical therapy to try and and that was really hard to do. I just lost all mobility of my muscles in my legs, and then the doctor said, you know, why don't you do exercises from home? Like with your back and your legs, and try standing up and bring your legs up. Like stretch them out and stuff. And that was a really, 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 really pain. A pain in the neck. With all the strength that I had in my legs and all that, and in my back. And you know I really haven't been able to walk for like, from April of last year all the way up until now. So it's
Wow.
almost been a year. It's
Wow.
almost been a year since I haven't moved a muscle. So I've been bedridden for like a whole year.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Eric. I didn't know that. And what do the doctors say it is?
Well, they all they said was it was low muscle tone that I have in both my legs, and that I need to you know do more exercising and stuff, but that doesn't really work. It really doesn't. And 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 I don't know if anyone in the chat has done this. Um, is like these is these sort of pills that that deals with leg pain or muscle pain or any of that stuff. So I'm saying to everyone in the chat, if anyone has used any of the brands that they have in like drugstores, if that helps or not. Since if there's like, I know I've heard of muscle relaxers, but I don't know if those help or not. Like for your muscles and stuff. So that I would love to know if from other people that deal with muscle pain and stuff.
I don't know that, but I will tell you this. I found a lady on, or she found me. I don't know which one found each other. Her nickname is Love on YouTube. And she originally was like so weak, she couldn't even move, at all. And then she shows these videos of doing physical therapy, just like a little bit every day, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. And the end of the video, she's dancing out on the beach. And now she consults people on how to get better. But you have to remember, you can always do a little bit, and what we think is a little bit could be huge for your body. Just like sitting in a chair and kind of lifting up your feet, right? That's an exercise. You're moving. You know what I mean? There's a lot of chair exercises that you can do online that help. So,
Yeah, well, I did that and it doesn't really help. I did this
no,
with a office chair. A computer chair, as it normally is for sitting by the computer and stuff, or by your desk and stuff. So I did that, and I did it. Then like I stood up, and that was really hard to do, even when my legs were in pain. So
okay,
I've done that, and it doesn't really help. I mean, for other people it might, but for me, it doesn't help with my pain.
right.
So you know, but yeah, it might for others, but not for me.
Not for you. Well, I hear you. Well, I'm sorry that you're in pain. I mean, that's nobody wants to hear someone in pain. It's it. We've all been there, and in various different degrees. And it's a tough thing to go through. It is. But I will say this: the nice thing about bodies is they do. There is a recovery thing that happens a lot of times if you just stick with it and just keep going. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing great. If you just did your the audio books, I think that would be fabulous for you, and you would probably help a lot of people. I really think.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing, I've thought about doing is taught at like lectures and stuff, like in front of people. I
Right.
mean, since I love to talk with people and all that stuff, I would like to like educate other people on what it feels like to have autism, and 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 talk about my struggles with it. I mean on online and stuff, like on a live stream and stuff is fine, but like at like a like like an office meeting or something like that, or like a conference, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
Is
or
that
high school or colleges, all of them would be very important. It would be very important, Eric, if you could do that.
right? But yeah, so um but yeah, I would love to talk with others, about it. I mean, I already am, but online, but in front of other people, I would love to, talk with other people and all that stuff. I mean,
Yep.
you know, you know, you know, I wanna be like, like all these other people that are at like convention centers and stuff, and they do lectures and stuff, and it's like, their key to success with autism, is doing this, or
Right.
like, or this is what you're not supposed to do, or any of that. So
Mhm.
that's what I would love to do, is talk with a lot of people. I mean, first I want to start off with, like, at like for adults. So I want to start off with adults, and all that, and you know, and hear their point of view, and all that stuff. And there might be some people in the audience that have families that deal with the same type of thing, with autism and all that stuff. So there might be some some things, with that. So, but it would take time, for that, until I'm, 100% movable, and I'm able to move and stuff, and what, then I'll be able to talk with other people,
Do you have
but
a scooter or anything by any chance?
I mean, I have a wheelchair, but that's all I have. It's my mom's. My mom has a wheelchair that she uses, but that's
Right.
that's that's all we have.
Yeah, that's what my friend got a wheelchair. She has MS, and it's difficult because someone has to always push you. So she finally got one of those little scooters. Well, first she got a big scooter, and it was too big, and it was too hard to put in the car and everything else. So then she got a little one, and it's really cool. She's going to London and all kinds of stuff, with her scooter. So that's another thing to think about.
Oh, um, that's what she said. My dad does chair exercises. He's in a wheelchair and takes gabapentin for nerve pain.
Right.
Um, well, I've heard of that. Heard of that. I've heard of that drug and stuff. And all that. I've heard it from a lot of other people, but I've never tried it. I've never seen if anything works, or what, with nerve pain. I mean, for me, I don't have nerve pain. I have like headaches once in a while, or migraines, or any of that. So I have that sort of, when it happens. But nerve pain, I don't really have. I mean, when I get older, I might have it. I might have nerve pain. Like a lot of other older people. I might deal with that and some other things. But 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 yeah. So but yeah. Uh but yeah, there's a lot of things out there, in the world, with you know that people take and stuff, pills, that would help, um, with pain that they're dealing with and all that, but there are some that doesn't really help. There's a lot that I've tried that doesn't really help. I took, I took, ibuprofen, that's Motrin, and that didn't really help. That was only for like, that was like for like headaches and other things,
Right.
And then there was this other pill. I don't remember what it was. I bought it. My mom bought it for me on Amazon, and that helped a little bit, but it didn't really help me a lot. I don't remember what the the name of the pill was, but that didn't really help. Really help enough for me to have mobility and stuff. Um um, but 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 yeah. So you know you know but yeah but but yeah. So um but yeah. So um but yeah.
Well, I
um
think the first thing you should consider, Eric, is doing actually the audio. Make one audio thing for whoever you want to. But I think it would be really helpful and it would get you started. And what happens when you make something like that is then pretty soon more people start contacting you and then you start growing. Do you know what I mean? And then
yeah.
who knows where it goes, but you have to start. That's the thing. You figure, well, what's the easiest thing? That's the easiest thing. Like the burger thing, it's very expensive. And in as much as it's a great idea, but it's very expensive, and a lot of restaurants go in business and go out of business. Whereas audiobooks, they don't cost that much to make, and you can, you might be able to make some money with it, and I think you probably could for sure. And B, it can move you into all kinds of other areas. That would be great. It's very low in cost.
Yeah, I have to think that over,
Yeah,
when
think
the
of
time is.
Yeah, because my friend started a restaurant and she wanted to do ribs, and it cost her, I think, $100,000, and it was gone in a year. So it was like, it's just tricky. Restaurants are very tricky. Whereas audiobooks, if people don't get it, okay, it's going to be better for you for making it no matter what. That's why that's what started me doing YouTube. I started making videos, and I thought, every time I help anyone, I feel better. You know what I mean? And I thought, if I can only help one person, it's worth all the stuff that Scientology might throw my way. I don't care. It's okay. And it's been a really great ride. It really has. And let's see.
Um, Ross said, is that try CBD or THC muscle rub. Ooh, I have to try that. I have to try that,
Mhm.
and see if that works. And Jared said, well, he said, I recommend Excedrin bat and body, but then he meant to say Bayer bat and body.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of Bayer bat and body. That's what I looked at, but you know, you know, with name brand pills that is at, like, like drugstores and all that stuff, you know, you know, um, there might be there might be some side effects that might you know put me in another place, but but um but there's a lot of things, like the CBD and THC muscle rub, that might be an idea. And the Bayer bat and body that I looked at, that might be an idea also.
Yeah.
So so you know, so I have to look into those,
Yeah.
and see if they have it at what we have in California. We have Rite Aid and we have CVS. Those are like the main drugstores. Um, that's like the main ones that we have in California. Um, and they might have it at like Walmart or Target or any of those, but they might not be in stock with those. So it's
Well,
better
the thing is
to
you
see
can
if they have
Google
it
it.
at like Walmart, not Walmart, at like CVS or at like any of the drugstores. They might have it.
And if they don't, you can Google it. Just Google where can I find, and type them in. You'll be
Yeah,
surprised.
well, Amazon might have it. So if they have like like I have Amazon Prime, so if they have like a 1 day delivery, it might be
Hmm.
here like the next day.
Yeah.
Like say it'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then it'll be delivered. That day. So it'll be delivered on Thursday.
That's
Um, so but yeah, but there's some items on Amazon for pills and all that stuff that takes a week for them to be delivered. So I'm
mm,
like, it's better for me to buy it through Amazon Prime, and I would say it'll be here in like a day or so.
right.
So it'll be delivered, and I try it out.
Yeah.
So but but yeah. So I have to try and find all that out. On Amazon. And with the CBD and THC muscle rub and the Bear Bat and Body, I know they would have it on Amazon. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and I know they're not that expensive. For the price, um, but so that would be something to have my parents look into and see if it works. And all that. And who knows, I might be able to have some mobility, you
Yeah.
know, for me to want, after so many months,
Yeah. I think you will. I do. I just,
So if anyone, let's start with the questions. If you would like, if anyone that's still here want to ask me any questions, I'm willing to ask. Um, you know, um, you know, if anyone has anything to ask, if Lovett has anything to ask me, I'm open. If Jared has anything to say, I'm open. Anyone that's still here, you know, ask away, and I'll do my best to respond. Um, you know, and we'll wait until we you know, you know, see a response. So, but anyway, um, so one other thing I would like to talk about while people ask questions and stuff. Um, you know, you know, um, there's one thing I would love to bring up, and that um, is with when you have autism, and this is for everyone that's still here. When a lot of you that have family members with autism, or you have, if you yourself have it, you know, it's like where at like all different parts of the day or night when you feel like you wanna, like for me, I love to, just, do my thing, relax, put on a TV series, like, The Office I have the series of, or or put on any of my favorite TV shows.
right.
That that is something I love to do the most
Right.
is put on my favorite TV shows that I have and love and stuff. If I have it on DVD and I have the whole series and all that stuff, you know, um, I have I have music that I didn't really talk about. So music, I love different types of music. I love like oldies. I love I'm not
Mm.
a fan of today's music. I'm not a fan of like today's
Yeah,
music. Today's music is like blah. You know. I'm more like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. I like that type of music, but but um but like today's music, no, no.
no,
Today's music, I don't like that type of music.
yeah.
But my favorite singer and band, like my all time favorite, like my number one favorite is um Hall and Oates. I love Hall and
Oh,
Oates.
I like them too. I haven't heard them in a while though. I don't know where you listen to them. Where do you hear them?
Well, I have Spotify. I have the app Spotify. I listen to their
Oh,
music on YouTube. Um, you know, um, you know, you know, that's what I normally listen to them on. It's like Spotify, or YouTube, or any of those types of apps and stuff. Well,
no, I'm
YouTube
glad
I'm
you
on right
mentioned
now,
it.
but
I'm glad you mentioned it.
but I have a lot of favorite artists. But like my number one is Sonos. But like my second favorite is Duran Duran. I love Duran Duran.
Another good one. Another good one. Definitely.
Yeah, there's a song that is always. This is funny with my brain. This is funny in my head. Um, and this is funny. So there's this song from Duran Duran that I always listen to. That's like one of my favorite songs from them, and it's the one that I always love. That start listening to, and the name of the song is Planet Earth. That's the name of the song, and every time I hear that song, it's always in my head afterwards, and it's
Yeah.
playing like it's on repeat over and over and over.
Yeah. I think we all have songs like that that are like that.
But yeah. I have many artists that I love and singers and bands and all that. I mean from the 60s, from the 60s, I'll start off from the 60s. Is I love the Beatles. That's like the main one is the Beatles. I love the Beatles.
Right.
Um, since that's like, the type of music that, you know, was in your lifetime, and that was in the times where, you know, music was just right, you know, you know, and you know, you know, but like, know, with their music and stuff, they have like, I want to hold your hand. They have Let It Be. They have all their songs. But like, a song that people want to listen to that is like in your lifetime and stuff. Like there's Strawberry Fields Forever. Like there's these types of songs and stuff. That puts you in the mood and stuff, and puts everyone in the mood.
Mhm.
It's where you want to like, you know, dance it out. When you want to dance with the song and stuff.
Sure.
You know, and 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 that's what a lot of people do and all that. But you know, but there's songs like the disco era. I love disco. I love the music from the 70s. that's also music where you want to get up and dance. You want to
Right.
party. You want to start moving your body and stuff and dance. But like you know, you know, from the 70s, there was a lot of artists, but one of my favorites that I really love, that is, from disco is Donna Summer. I love her.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. Her songs are like, you want to get up and dance, and
Mhm.
you want to like party with her songs and
Yeah.
her and all that, you know, but like, you know, it's where you know, you know, where her songs are songs that we grew up with,
Mhm.
and all that. But I have to say, um, so this is some sort of a story that I've dealt with songs throughout my you know life as a kid. Um, is 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 there was a song that I used to play over and over and over and over, and and I hated it after that. I hated the song after that, and the song is La Bamba. Richie Valens.
Oh, yeah, I still love that song.
Yeah. Well. Here's the story on that. So we had this diner where I am in Culver City. It's not there anymore. Not there anymore. It's now a cafe now, where there's no jukebox or nothing. So it's just whatever music's playing. It's up on a speaker or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but this diner had a jukebox, and whenever I am in this diner, I always play the song La Bamba, since that's like the song that's already set on the jukebox.
Wow.
And and then after all of that, you know, I went to different places that had a jukebox.
Right.
And after all that time, I'm like, this song, you know, is a little bit too fast for me, and the words are too hard to pronounce, since it's a Spanish song, and it's like where you know I don't like the song anymore. I hate it now. Oh, at the time I still don't hate it now, but when I started, when I heard it over and over and over, it's like I'm done with the song. It's like I'm not able to pronounce all the words, you know. But yeah, that's how people are with songs. Is you hate one song, then you hate another song, and all that. But like
Yeah.
you know, but you know, but like, but like you know, you know. Now this is another story I want to bring up. Um, um, while we're on here. So this is another song. So this is a Christmas song. I mean, I love Christmas. I love the holidays and stuff, with
Mhm.
family and stuff. And there's a song, another Spanish song, another Spanish song, Feliz Navidad. From
Oh, yeah.
Jose Feliciano.
Yeah,
I,
sure.
yeah. So, uh, so so when I was like maybe like 2 or 3 years old, maybe four at least, I started playing the drums with that song when
Oh,
I was when I was
oh,
playing it on like pots and pans and stuff with the wooden spoons and stuff. You, you know, and after I did that, after I hear the song, since my mom used to play that song all through the holidays and stuff, and play that song over and over and over and over. I'm like, I'm tired of this song. I'm like tired of this song. I hate it now. I'm like, it's a song that I don't really love anymore. So,
yeah.
but but um but um but um but yeah. um, but yeah, so um, um, but but um, but yeah, so um, but yeah, I love other songs. I still love all the other songs that other artists play, but the Baba or Feliz Navidad or any of that stuff, I'm like, I'll pass on those. I like if
Mhm.
I hear it, I'll be like, skip to the next song. And I'll be like, if I play it on a CD or something, or I play it on Spotify or something, I'll be like, next song, and I mess around with that, and I put on whatever song is next, and see where it goes from that. But 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 yeah, so but but um but yeah, but the one type of music that I love to listen to when I love to relax is like smooth jazz. Is I love smooth jazz. Like slow, like not slow type music, but like it has a little beat to the song,
Mhm.
but it
Yeah,
also has like the saxophone
right.
and all that stuff. That's the type of music that I love to listen to, that makes me relax and makes me unwind and all that stuff. And
Oh, that's good, Eric. I'm really glad you have music in your life. It makes a big difference, big difference. And for anyone that is having a hard time, put on some music because it really helps. It really helps. Like you said, it helps them relax, helps me relax, it helps everyone I know, or you feel better. It's just music is a great thing. It really is. Now we have to end off because it's almost, I think it's 2 hours and 1 minute we've been on. But I
yeah,
want to thank you, Eric.
Karen, Mr. Capo, saying hello. So hello to you. Um, Lori's off. So she has to write in reports. So have an amazing night to you, Lori. And um, Jared was bringing up about politics, and that's a topic that I don't want to get into. And politics is, you know, with bringing up about Elon Musk and stuff. I don't really talk about that type of stuff. You
And I
know,
don't, and I don't either on this side, so we'll just let that go.
yeah, yeah. Um, you know, um, yeah. So, um, but yeah, I'll pass on that question, Jared. But thanks anyways.
That's
Um,
fine. And I want to thank you, Eric, for sharing all of this information with all of us because I think it really is very educational and very helpful. And I can't say it enough. I mean, I think everyone said it, but you're very impressive. You really are. So you're like Jacqueline said, you're a brave man, and you are. So I want you to make your first audio book. Think about it and really think about it and focus on it because I think you could do really well in that industry and it'd be very easy for you. I think so. And it would
yeah, I'll think it over.
yeah.
It doesn't
Think
have to
about
be right away, but I'll have it
oh
in my brain, and I'll have it in my mind, so that way I know if I
yeah.
want to do that or not. So, but yeah,
Yeah, think about it and mull it over and as they say in Weight Watchers, have a committee meeting. Meaning
yeah,
talk it over and decide. Anyway, we're going to go, but thank you everyone who came on and has been part of Eric's part one and part two. It's been wonderful. Eric, thank you so much. Bless your heart for sharing everything with us. It's really wonderful and it's very important. And that's why I want you to continue because I really think it's very important.
yeah. But yeah, I want to thank everyone in the chat and the replay, viewers and stuff. Thank you and thanks for being here for my support, and also for Tori,
Yeah.
and I'm happy there's friends and new friends that I met along the way, and all that, and through other people's YouTube chats and stuff that I've met. you know I'm happy that you're in my life and stuff, and it's wonderful to meet you all, and it's nice to meet every one of you, and you know you know and all I would say is what I always say in my mind is be nice to one another, and don't 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 be don't be rude to anyone. Stay kind and be respectful to me and others, and that will make everything a better place. That will make
Yeah.
everyone be nice.
It'll make everything a better place. And one last thing that I just want to say is I have a new schedule. I'm going to be on Monday at 8, Wednesday at 8, and Friday at 10:30. And then Sunday night, no wait, Friday is Midnight with Magoo at midnight. And then Sunday is going to be a Q&A. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to talk about, you can send it to me, and there you go. That's where it's at. So that's a new schedule.
Yeah, I think you'll join in a well, I mean, you do earlier streams anyways, when you're at the blue building and stuff, you do it earlier, and I think you drawing more viewers.
I do too. So that's why I'm going to do it. Monday and Wednesday will be at 8, and then Friday will be at midnight with Magoo, and then Sunday will be Q&A, which will be probably at 8 also.
Yeah, and then the 10:31, that's your midnight with Milu,
Hmm.
that you have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's perfect. I mean, if I'm modding for like someone, I might be a little late, but if I tell them, Tori's on, they'll understand, and I'll be on with you. And I don't want to leave my mod duties and stuff, with a few of the channels I'm mod for,
Yeah.
but I'll be there on the live, when I'm done, or what. But I always have you in the mind of Tori. So I'll have you in there.
Well, thank you, Eric. It's been a blessing, interviewing you and talking with you and sharing your stories and listening to everybody and their questions and their life. It's been very educational for me. It's very good. So we will continue. And for now, I'm going to hit end stream and we'll say good night. All right.
Yeah. Night, everyone, and sleep well.
Yeah. Sleep well and have a wonderful day tomorrow. All right. Peace out.